But as soon as y'all come in the building, salute to my baby girl, her Bible. Oh my God. I knew that this was coming. So everybody just prepare and strap on your seatbelt. And I'm not surprised. And I don't want nobody to be lied to and be brainwashed by other creators that's out here not telling y'all the truth. But it's their opinion, and I'm going to give you mine. This makes you see it. What the difference take my breath away. I lost my breath. I knew Donald and Donald Trump toupee was up to something. So nobody be surprised when Diddy get his shit thrown out. I gotta get it together. I have to get it together. I gotta get it together. Yes, I can't cry no more. I can't cry no more. We must blow out the Epstein files, and we must blow out the freakoff tapes that's been hidden somewhere deep in someone's dungeon. Whether it's Diddy Glover's dungeon or Epstein dungeon, pure Bible, Donald and Donald's toupee ain't playing that shit, pure Bible. He said, damn that. These tapes and files are not coming out. And this girl, I'm not gonna lie, the Manhattan prosecutors, Donald, do not like James Comey, whatever the hell his name is, Praise the Bible. So Maurene, I can't even pronounce this woman's name. Her and her dad had beef with Donald Trump, Praise the Bible. And Donald already didn't like that man. So she's been treading on thin ice. And you messed up all this money. Talking about Diddy's freak off tapes, Diddy's freak off dungeon, Pearl Bible, Epstein's dungeon, and everything came out to be a stone cold lie during survival. You know what I'm saying? Now, whether it's a lie or maybe this stuff they don't want to come out. And Donald's toupee has the power to make sure that we don't find out that he allegedly on these freak off tapes, Bible, backing it up. That Donald Trump's toupee is somewhere and his toupee smell like Regina. Donald's toupee smell like Regina. Praise the Bible. They don't want us to find that out. So salute to everybody in the building. Shadow, Kathy Wallace, motherfucking Love, Hope 65, Goddess News in the building. Long time no see. Praise the Bible. You know what I'm talking about? We is all in the building. This lady got her ass fired, and that's what she get. And Donald Trump been told y'all he was going to pardon Diddy Glover, but y'all didn't want to listen. When Donald said, look, I got to do my homework. I got to do my research. Let me find out what's going on with Diddy Glover's thing. Now, if Donald is on these tapes and he didn't want it to come out, regardless, Bible, now Diddy got locked up for transporting wieners, you know what I'm saying, prostitution, which is something stupid that Donald probably sat back and was like, this is dumb as hell. This is my time to come in and I'm going to fire this girl and I don't like her dad anyway. Everybody smash that like button. Pure survival.
To the Fox News alert, this has been a bad few weeks stretch for Jim Comey's daughter. She was just fired by the DOJ. She's known for a couple things. She just lost the Diddy case, of course, and she was Jeffrey Epstein's prosecutor.
Y'all see that? You see how they highlighted that? She just lost the Diddy case. You think that the government is going, the feds is going to let this girl go play with all that money, pure survival. They done ran in Diddy's dungeon. They done did all this stuff with Epstein, and then now the files and all this stuff is missing. Oh, look how sad she look. They swore up and down, oh, we're going to bury Diddy. Diddy going to be under the jail, pure survival. Now look at her ass. She on her way to labor ready. She's on her way to a temp agency during survival. Yes, go into the temp agency, ma'am. They are hiring because they don't want you over there no more. You messed up too much money, pure survival.
To the Fox News alert, this has been a bad few week stretch for Jim Comey's daughter. She was just fired by the DOJ. She's known for a couple things. She just lost the Diddy case, of course, and she was Jeffrey Epstein's prosecutor. So the daughter of the former FBI director, James Comey, she's a veteran federal prosecutor, worked on these cases. Maurene Comey is fired. So this is sending tongues a-wagging as the internet personalities and others in this show has asked questions about what happened with the files. Why did we overpromise and underdeliver?
Why did they overpromise and underdeliver? Can somebody put in the chat, why did they promise us all of this stuff? Why did they say that it was going to be tapes with minors? Why did they say that we was going to see Justin Bieber with a banana in his mouth, pure survival, and Diddy holding Justin Bieber with a dog chain? Why did you say this, ma'am? You wasted all of this money and you did not think that Donald was going to get your ass up out of here, pure survival, knowing damn well Donald didn't want this to come out. You know what I'm saying? And that's why this woman is fired. Ladies and gentlemen. So everybody, just know this. If Diddy gets his record expunged and he goes back to a zero record, you got to remember, Donald Trump allegedly was doing the same type of shit that Diddy Glover was. Pure survival. Remember, allegedly, Donald Trump was partying and doing all kinds of shit with Diddy Glover. You know what I'm saying? So why wouldn't Donald Trump and Donald Trump toupee step up? Smash that like button, everybody coming in the building. And baby, understand, I don't give a damn what they got to say. Pure survival.
To the Fox News alert, this has been a bad few week stretch for Jim Comey's daughter. She was just fired by the DOJ. She's known for a couple things. She just lost the Diddy case, of course, and she was Jeffrey Epstein's prosecutor. So the daughter of the former FBI director, James Comey, she's a veteran federal prosecutor, worked on these cases. Maurene Comey is fired. So this is sending tongues a-wagging as the internet personalities and others in this show has asked questions about what happened with the files, why did we overpromise and underdeliver? But the president has made his opinion on this very clear over the last couple of days.
And y'all hear that? Donald made his opinion on this for the last couple days. Didn't y'all hear when Donald Trump said, I'm going to go over Diddy's case. I'm going to see what I can see in Diddy's case. And if I feel like this is all a hoax, pure survival, I'm going to start getting rid of people. You know what I'm talking about? So they came into Diddy's trial like Rocky Balboa, pure survival. This lady came out. She was down there in Manhattan talking about, Adrian, we're going to make sure we take Diddy down. Adrian. And then they fuck around and lost all of that money. And like I said, I don't know if Donald Trump got some tapes that he don't want coming out, pure survival, between Diddy and Epstein. Because, man, we got to remember them fires that was set. It's a lot of stuff behind this, pure survival. So I'm not going to be surprised for Donald Trump to pardon Diddy. He made it very clear. Once I go over Diddy's case, if it's some bullshit, I'm going to let y'all know. And this woman just said it right here, that Donald, for the last couple days, maybe even weeks, been going over this stuff. and was like, no, we gonna fire them. Diddy ain't getting all that time, y'all think? And y'all fuck my record up. Donald Trump got like 38 motherfucking felonies. Pills of Bible. He got more felonies than dudes I grew up with in the neighborhood.
Questions about what happened with the files, why did we overpromise and underdeliver? But the president has made his opinion on this very clear over the last couple of days. We're going to continue to cover this. And we also have big developments in the Biden cover-up, not exactly a household name, but inside the Beltway. They dubbed him Dr. Jill's work husband. Anthony Bernal appeared today before the House Oversight Committee. This is what went down.
Did you ever advise President Joe Biden to pardon his son, Hunter Biden? On the advice of counsel.
And y'all see that? They asking him. They questioning about Biden. Joe Biden pardoned his son. You know what I'm talking about? So when they putting these people in power and they can pardon whoever they want to, pure survival, they're going to pardon whoever they want to. And people thought just because Donald said, oh, Diddy was talking about me, you know, I think me and him used to be cool, but it don't seem like Diddy like me anymore. Donald is about business. Donald is about money. He don't give a damn who he hurt. Pure survival. You know what I mean? Donald just want people to know, look, I am the boss and I can put a stimulus check on your head whenever I want to. You know what I'm saying? So he letting it be known, I'm the one with the power. Y'all can go mess up the money, but I'm the one who can mess up the money the most. Pure survival. Smash that like button. This is crazy.
Today, but first, your reaction to the breaking news. Comey's daughter out, Pam Bondi, says, we don't need your services anymore.
Well, it's about time. She hasn't really done that good of a job. And at the end of the day, President Trump wants results from every part of the administration, including the Department of Justice.
You don't think
You see that? He said it don't, and this is so crazy. Now, sweetheart, if you're still in the building, remember what I told you, pure survival, about white America? Like how, and I'm not even trying to talk bad about her, but how motherfucking Tisa Tells tries to say things and do things to try to get accepted in white America, pure survival. And the moment you do something that they don't like, oh, they gonna treat you like, get the fuck on. Now you hear, this black dude is from white America, pure survival. He's from that side. And you heard what he said. He said, it's about time they got rid of her. So they've been wanting to get rid of this lady, pure survival. They've been sitting there just watching, waiting. Donald just let us know. You know what I mean? He said, we've been wanting to get rid of her. She's been a F up. You know what I'm saying? So that's how we go. You think you getting down with them, you know what I'm saying? And you make one little mistake, they are going to send you back to the welfare office. So you better go apply for some food stamps immediately. You know what I'm saying? Because it's Judgment Day, goddammit.
Daughter, Congressman Byron Donalds. Congressman, I know you sat through that deposition today, but first, your reaction to the breaking news. Comey's daughter out, Pam Bondi, says, we don't need your services anymore.
Well, it's about time. She hasn't really done that good of a job. And at the end of the day, President Trump wants results from every part of the administration, including the Department of Justice.
You don't think it has anything to do with Epstein?
No, I don't think so.
What's your response to all the, there are a lot of influencers, and of course on this show we've asked for answers about the Epstein file. It looks like they overpromised. What was actually in the files was not much in the file, or as Alan Dershowitz said.
So they overpromised they was gonna have all this stuff with Epstein. They overpromised that they was gonna have all this stuff with Diddy Glover. You know what I'm saying? And it didn't turn out like that. And even Suge Knight said that Donald Trump was gonna pardon Diddy. Suge Knight said it.
Do you think he's going to be all right because someone's going to tamper with the jury? Is that what you're trying to say?
He got enough influence, and I'm quite sure, don't seem like the prosecution is that bad against him. Don't seem like I think he got some favors with the government. I think they're going to show him a little leeway. It might not seem like it when it's all said and done, but I don't think he has nothing to worry about. I don't think he's worried because he's going to be federal. And if he gets convicted, Trump's going to pardon him. So,
did you hear what Suge Knight just said? If Diddy Glover gets convicted, Donald Trump and Donald Trump's toupee is going to pardon Diddy Glover. Pure Bible. Even Suge Knight said it. Suge Knight already knew if Diddy get convicted. And Diddy did get convicted. But the problem is he didn't get convicted of what this prosecutor, her dad, everybody else, was expecting Diddy to get prosecuted for it. Pure Bible. So you messed up the Weinstein, Epstein pack. You messed up the Diddy Glover pack. So you got to go. Suge Knight said it, and it's been. I believe that Trump was going to pardon Diddy. Myself, y'all got to get them likes up. Everybody smash that like button.
Sure. Do you think he's going to be all right because someone's going to tamper with the jury? Is that what you're trying to say?
He got enough influence, and I'm quite sure, don't seem like the prosecution is that bad against him. Don't seem like I think he got some favors with the government. I think they're going to show him a little leeway. It might not seem like it when it's all said and done, but I don't think he has nothing to worry about. I don't think he's worried because he's going to be federal. And if he gets convicted, Trump's going to pardon him. So what's the word?
You think the president of the United States would pardon Sean Combs for sex trafficking?
Y'all hear this? Smash that like button. Put a 1 in the chat if y'all think Donald is going to pardon Diddy. Put a 2 in the chat if y'all don't think it. You know what I'm saying? Now, I understand if y'all didn't think Donald was going to pardon Diddy if he got the RICO. But he didn't get the RICO. He got the freako. Pure Bible. So if Donald Trump pardoned Diddy, nobody can get mad at him because Diddy's only locked up for prostitution right now. Pure Bible. Diddy probably had his lawyers. Listen, tell Donald, I will give him $10 million. I'll give Donald $50 million. Just get this off of my record. Pure Bible. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not stupid. Or if Donald is really on them tapes with Epstein and Diddy, and he did it, like, I don't know. But I know that it's some political shit going on for him to do this. And like Suge Knight said, he's going to pardon Diddy.
Show him a little leeway. It might not seem like it when it's all said and done, but I don't think he has nothing to worry about. I don't think he's worried because he's going to be federal. And if he gets convicted, Trump's going to pardon him. So what's the word?
You think the president of the United States would pardon Sean Combs for sex trafficking?
Shit, he pardoned Michael Harris, who eventually killed a Jewish teenager, or had him killed. So they don't care about that. It's all about, what's in it for the long run and what the bucks say and what the power of the people want.
Y'all hear that? He just said it's not about. He said Donald Trump pardoned a dude that did something allegedly towards Jews. And he's like Suge Knight said, it makes so much sense. He said it's not about now. It's about for the future. It's about the buck. It's about the money at the end of the day. So him pardoning Diddy, this is bigger than Nino Brown. Pure survival.
And if he gets convicted, Trump's going to pardon him. So what's the word?
You think the president of the United States would pardon Sean Combs for sex trafficking?
Shit, he pardoned Michael Harris, who eventually killed a Jewish teenager, or had him killed. So they don't care about that. It's all about, what's in it for the long run and what the bucks say and what the power of the people want.
Y'all hear that? Smash that like button, man. Like, we should have over 100 likes in the building. And like I said, I don't know if Donald was in them freak-offs, but we've been hearing different things. So I'm checking everything. I know the money part is big time. But was he on them tapes? Put a 1 in the chat if y'all think Donald Trump and Donald Trump's toupee was on the Epstein tapes and on the tapes with Diddy Glover. Put a 2 in the chat if y'all don't think he was. But I know he was at some parties. Guaranteed.
According to a new allegation, Donald Trump, former president of the United States, Republican nominee for president currently, was in fact at P. Diddy's freak-off parties. Let's put it up. Oh, mass. Now,
you see this? Donald Trump was at Diddy Glover's freak-off parties, pure survival. You know what I'm talking about? And this is one of the top freak-off mermaids. One of the freak-off mermaids that was inside the dungeon, allegedly, pure survival, with 10 to 20 wieners coming from every angle. Wieners coming from this angle, pure survival. Wieners coming from the top of her head. Wieners popping out the side of her ears. This is proof right here I don't know how everybody kept thinking, oh, Donald's not going to pardon Diddy. You know what I'm saying? Even if Diddy was convicted of the worst of the RICO, you know what I'm saying? I think Donald would have did it on purpose anyway. Pure Bible. It's much easier for Donald Trump and Donald Trump's toupee to pardon Diddy Glover right now more than anything. You know what I'm saying? Because like I said, if there was tapes, because it doesn't make any sense that they made this whole big deal up and said it was all of these freak off tapes, Pierce Bible, allegedly with minors and all of these celebrities. How come none of that came out in the trial? Pierce Bible. Can anybody explain that to me? How come none of this stuff came out in the trial? Did they hide it? Did it get buried? You know what I'm saying? Because Donald was definitely there.
According to a new allegation, Donald Trump, former president of the United States, Republican nominee for president currently, was in fact at P. Diddy's freakoff parties. Let's put it up. Or mass. Now, once again, this is currently an allegation.
Look how happy Donald Trump looks. Look at his toupee. Look how smooth and slick down Donald's toupee is right here. Praise the Bible. And this is a long time ago. This was years ago. Look at that. Donald was coming in there, like he looked much younger too. So I know Donald was like, y'all think that I'm not going to pardon my friend Diddy Glover, but me and Diddy Glover, we used to get male prostitutes and we would let them bang out our girlfriends and we would sit there and record and look at their tasty cakes. I'm the president of the United States and I'm going to show y'all that I'm the boss. I'm too sexy for my toupee. You didn't think Donald was going to come back like a damn Donald ain't playing with your motherfucker. Donald don't like that girl's dad. You know what I'm saying? And y'all know he likes to power trip. Even when the stimulus checks came out. When the stimulus checks came out, Donald wanted his face on the stimulus check. And I remember people was getting mad, talking about, oh, why do Donald want his face on the stimulus check? I said, I don't give a damn. Just get that stimulus check to my bank account. I don't give a damn if it got Donald's face on it. I'm going to go spend the motherfucker. So Donald loved to show who is the boss. I'm the biggest boss that you've seen this far, like Rick Ross. Oh. And this man definitely was at the parties. So I'm telling y'all now, when he said, look, I'm going to go over Diddy's case, he went over Diddy's case.
To a new allegation, Donald Trump, former president of the United States, Republican nominee for president currently, was in fact at P. Diddy's freak-off parties. Let's put it up. Or mass. Now, once again, this is currently an allegation, but according to the new allegations, former President Donald J. Trump has been linked to Sean Diddy Combs and his wild, infamous parties. The claims come from Audria Sherry English, an adult entertainer who recently filed a civil lawsuit against Combs, accusing him of orchestrating freak-off parties where she was allegedly forced to perform sexual acts with guests, according to the lawsuit. English.
So this girl said that she was at the freak-off parties and she had to make Donald Trump's pink pecker and Donald Trump's toupee disappear. Pure Bible. And I haven't heard from this girl, Adriana English. I haven't heard from Adriana English in months. Pure Bible. Put it one in the chat if y'all think that they silenced the girl. Put it two in the chat if y'all think, you know what I'm saying, like that she was lying the whole time. You know what I mean? Like, do y'all think that this stuff ever happened and they just swept it under the rug? Pure Bible? Because if Donald pardoned Diddy, oh, I'm going to believe this girl right here. You know what I'm saying? This is crazy. We got 1,700 people in the building. Everybody smash that like button. Donald ain't playing. He's pardoning Diddy Glover. As a matter of fact, let's go back to Donald Trump telling y'all that he was going to pardon Diddy Glover in so many words. He said it. You know what I'm saying? So anybody, like I said, I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised. Look at Donald. Look at his toupee standing up as he talks.
Wasting a lot of money if they're going to continue with that nonsense.
And this is more of a page 6 question, but back when you hosted The Apprentice, you mentioned once in 2012 that Diddy was a good friend of yours back then. He has since found himself in some very serious legal trouble.
Yeah, that's true.
Would you ever? You see that? Back in 2012, Donald Trump and Donald Trump's toupee, Pure Bible, said in 2012 that him and Diddy Glover were good friends. Diddy Glover started to get beside himself, Pure Bible. He starts suing liquor companies, all types of stuff. You know what I mean? Forgetting about his friend, Donald Trump. Diddy Glover didn't know Donald was going to be back in power. So Donald I feel like Donald spanked Diddy Glover. Because Donald knew he could have got Diddy Glover out of this situation. But Donald and Donald Toupee wanted Diddy Glover to sit so he can learn. Do you never, ever, you know what I'm saying, backstab your friend in power, because Diddy, you's a bad motherfucker. But you ain't badder than Donald Trump and badder than Donald Trump's toupee. That's what I feel like Donald was saying to himself. I'm going to let Diddy Glover freaky ass sit in that motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? Until the outcome of the case. And now the outcome of the case happened. Oh, Donald is not playing.
They're wasting a lot of money if they're going to continue with that nonsense.
And this is more of a page 6 question, but back when you hosted The Apprentice, you mentioned once in 2012 that Diddy was a good friend of yours back then. He has since found himself in some very serious legal trouble.
Yeah, that's true.
Would you ever consider pardoning him?
Well, nobody's asked. You had to be the one to ask, Peter, but nobody's asked. But I know people are thinking about it. I know they're thinking about it. I think
so. You heard him? It's 1,900 people. Everybody smashed that like button. 1,900 people. You heard what Donald's toupee just said. He said nobody asked him about Diddy Glover. So you telling me you don't think Diddy's smart lawyers, 7 lawyers that are beasts, Pure Bible, and they proved that they were beasts. You don't think it's 2,000 people. Everybody smashed that like button. Pure Bible. You don't think Donald Trump and Donald Trump toupee wasn't contacted after Donald said this? Donald said this during Diddy Glover's freakoff trial. Pure Bible. Donald let it be known while the trial was going on. He could have easily said, hell to the motherfucker. No, I am not going to pardon his freaky dicky ass. But Donald never said no on purpose. Pure survival. So understand this. Now that this happened and he just fired that girl, I don't care what nobody say. They'll say, oh no, she only got fired for the Epstein shit. You out your mind. Pure survival. She done messed up so much money. You know what I'm saying? And Diddy still has millions and millions of dollars. For the people that's talking about, oh, Diddy's broke, they're going to take all his money. He didn't get convicted of the RICO. Pure survival. If he would have got convicted of the RICO, then this means that all of that bad boy money came from the RICO, from the freako. But it didn't. You know what I'm saying? So Donald knew, I'm going to get the money. Look what he did to TikTok. Pure survival. Donald Trump pressed the people that own TikTok and said, y'all motherfuckers going to give me TikTok right now. Pure survival. And y'all going to take a percentage. Look what he just did. He went over to the country. He just started sending people to a whole nother country that they ain't even grow up in. Pure survival. So the man has a power trip problem. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not surprised that Donald Trump and Donald Trump's toupee is doing this. You know what I'm saying? He's been showing us he don't give a damn. You know what I mean? We got 2,200 people in the building. Everybody smash that like button and pay attention to what Donald said.
They're wasting a lot of money if they're going to continue with that nonsense.
And this is more of a page 6 question, but back when you hosted The Apprentice, you mentioned once in 2012 that Diddy was a good friend of yours back then. He has since found himself in some very serious legal trouble.
Yeah, that's true.
Would you ever consider pardoning him?
Well, nobody's asked. You had to be the one to ask, Peter, but nobody's asked. But I know people are thinking about it. I know they're thinking about it. I think some people have been very close to asking. First of all, I look at what's happening, and I haven't been watching it too closely, although it's certainly getting a lot of coverage. I haven't seen him. I haven't spoken to him in years.
You see that? He said, I have not looked at Diddy's case yet. It's 2,500 people in the building. Everybody get them lights up. Donald said, I haven't looked at Diddy's case yet, but it's been getting a whole lot of coverage. Pure survival. And soon as he started seeing all the coverage Diddy Glover was getting, and then Diddy Glover, they did not convict Diddy. Oh, they fucked up. Diddy is about to Diddy Bop out that motherfucker without no charges. Pure the Bible. We're going to see Donald Trump and Donald Trump's toupee going to play golf with Diddy Glover and like 5 or 6 male sex workers. Pure survival.
And they're wasting a lot of money if they're going to continue with that nonsense.
And this is a little bit more of a page 6 question, but back when you hosted The Apprentice, you mentioned once in 2012 that Diddy was a good friend of yours back then. He has since found himself in some very serious legal trouble.
Yeah, that's true.
Would you ever consider pardoning him?
Well, nobody's asked. You had to be the one to ask, Peter, but nobody's asked. But I know people are thinking about it. I know they're thinking about it. I think some people have been very close to asking. First of all, I look at what's happening, and I haven't been watching it too closely, although it's certainly getting a lot of coverage. I haven't seen him. I haven't spoken to him in years. He used to really like me a lot, but I think when I ran for politics, he sort of, that relationship busted up from what I read. I don't know. He didn't tell me that, but I'd read.
Now, y'all see that? Diddy Glover started to be disloyal. Now, I'm not going to lie to y'all, pure survival. I'm not into politics. I don't give a damn who running the country. I know it's not going to be me, pure survival. Some people said Jamil for president. I know that that's not going to happen, pure survival. You know what I'm saying? So I don't care. I've never been into politics. But when you listen to the fact that, look, if I got a friend that's in the damn politics type of shit, and I know that I'm doing this freaky shit and this weird stuff, I'll possibly get in trouble in the future. Pure survival. So Diddy should have not been sitting there thinking he was too good for the program. Diddy thought he was too big for the program. Let's keep it real. Pure survival. Like I said, when he sued that liquor company, I feel like it was trillionaires. They probably bet $2 we can destroy Diddy Glover's life. Pure survival. I bet you $2 motherfucking dollars. If you seen the movie Trading Places with Eddie Murphy in it, when Eddie Murphy played a bum, pure survival, they had a rich dude. They bet $10 that they can make him turn homeless. And guess what? They made him turn homeless and made Eddie Murphy become the rich and famous one. So them people in power, they don't give a damn. They can destroy your world whenever they get ready. You know what I'm saying? And you don't think Donald Trump is in cahoots with the people who own that Ciroc stuff? The trillionaire motherfuckers? Oh, yes, he is. You know what I mean? Donald took toupee off and said, look, guys, we're going to take it easy on Diddy Glover. I want y'all to take your foot off of Diddy Glover's freak-off neck, pure Bible. We're going to chastise him, but I want to let him out. I want to fire some motherfuckers over there. I don't like the prosecutor in Manhattan. I don't like her dad. I don't like her. You know what I'm saying? So we're going to go shit on these people. You know, and this is what I believe, Donald, I feel like they all had this conversation. But Diddy got put in power, start abusing it, treating people messed up. I'm not going to lie, Diddy was a horrible, mean motherfucker. Bible. We've seen what he did to making it a band. We've seen and heard what he was doing to his artists and stuff like that. I know Diddy been going to church every motherfucking day in jail. Bible. To my God, please forgive me for all my sins. You know what I'm saying? Because he got beside himself. And they had to show him, okay, we let you become a billionaire, but motherfucker, you still ain't in power. You still don't run nothing. We run the world. Who run the world? Us. Who run the world? Us. And they had to put him in his place. So Donald came to his rescue, you know what I'm saying? Like he was saying in so many words right here. He felt like Diddy betrayed him. But for the money and power, Donald know if his name is on that, I pardon Diddy. Come on, man. Don't be surprised.
Look at what's happening, and I haven't been watching it too closely, although it's certainly getting a lot of coverage. I haven't seen him. I haven't spoken to him in years. He used to really like me a lot, but I think when I ran for politics, he sort of, that relationship busted up from what I read. I don't know, he didn't tell me that, but I'd read some little bit nasty statements in the paper all of a sudden. You know, it's different. You become a much different person when you run for politics and you do what's right. I could do other things, and I'm sure he'd like me, and I'm sure other people would like me, but it wouldn't be as good for our country. As we said,
You see that? He said, I could do other things. Donald let it be known. Look, if I want to do some corrupted shit, I could do it. You know what I'm saying? I can do some corrupted stuff. I got power. You know what I'm saying? Diddy was talking behind my back, but I forgive him.
different person when you run for politics and you do what's right. I could do other things, and I'm sure he'd like me, and I'm sure other people would like me, but it wouldn't be as good for our country. As we said, our country is doing really well because of what we're doing. So it's not a popularity contest. So I don't know, I would certainly look at the facts. If I think somebody was mistreated, whether they like me or don't like me, it wouldn't have any impact on me.
You heard that? So Donald said if he think somebody is being mistreated, he just fired the prosecutor that was trying to get Diddy life in prison. So clearly Donald felt like Diddy was mistreated. He just said, I don't care if Diddy was talking behind my back or not. I forgive him. But to me, I feel like this is about money. It's about power. He like, all right, I don't give a damn. But that woman and the rest of them prosecutors did charge Diddy with a bunch of shit that they shouldn't have charged him with. And Donald stepping in.
Contest. So I don't know, I would certainly look at the facts. If I think somebody was mistreated, whether they like me or don't like me, it wouldn't have any impact on me.
Made it clear, you guys. And this whole allegation with Donald being at the freakoffs, that's it. That's like still big too. I still believe Donald was definitely at the freakoff. This is my belief.
Into a new allegation, Donald Trump, former president of the United States, Republican nominee for president currently, was in fact at P. Diddy's freakoff parties. Let's put it up, en masse. Now, once again, this is currently an allegation, but according to the new allegations, former President Donald J. Trump has been linked to Sean Diddy Combs and his wild, infamous parties. The claims come from Audria Sherry English, an adult entertainer who recently filed a civil lawsuit against Combs, accusing him of orchestrating freak-off parties where she was allegedly forced to perform sexual acts with.
And this is my thing, right? Let's get them likes up to 500. Everybody smash that like button. Now, this woman claimed that she was forced. Adriana, you know we cool and everything, pure survival. But now after watching Diddy's his court hearing, Adriana, I think you are a willing participant. Pure survival. You was in there trying to get rich. You know what I'm saying? Making Donald's wiener disappear, allegedly, pure survival. Making Diddy, Cassie's kitty cat disappear, real pure survival. You know what I'm saying? I believe everybody were willing participants. Adriana, you know what I'm saying? Now, yeah, if you went to sleep and they put something in your drink, pure survival, and you woke up and it was a whole dingling village meditating on top of you, then I don't know. You know what I'm saying? But this woman is saying that Donald was in that motherfucker and he was backing it up. Pure survival. Let's get some likes up.
Yes, according to the lawsuit. English, who claims to have worked for Combs for 5 years, said that the 45th president attended at least one of those notorious parties as she saw him. She claims she was initially paid to perform, but found herself being forced to have unwanted sexual encounters.
So she's saying that with her own two eyes, she saw Donald and Donald's toupee, allegedly, this is what she's saying, at the freak-offs. And she was drugged and all of this stuff, allegedly, and had to get power drive from like damn near whole football team, and Donald Trump was the quarterback. Pure survival. This is what this girl is saying.
To perform sexual acts with guests, according to the lawsuit. English, who claims to have worked for Combs for 5 years, said that the 45th president attended at least one of those notorious parties as she saw him. She claims she was initially paid to perform, but found herself being forced to have unwanted sexual encounters at several of these high-profile gatherings, held in exclusive venues like the Hamptons. Combs' white parties were legendary for...
Put a 1 in the chat if y'all think that she was forced. Put a 2 in the chat if y'all think that she volunteered. Pure survival. That she was a willing participant. That's what I need y'all to do. And let's get them likes up, guys. I don't know how it's this many people in the building and y'all just looking and not hitting that like button. You know what I'm saying? Look, see, people don't think that she was a victim. You know what I'm saying? People think she was willing. Look, then you got some people saying she was forced.
Attracting A-list celebrities, politicians, and even members of the clergy. In an interview with the Daily Mail, English, 46 years of age, says she frequently saw prominent figures in attendance. Quote, "I saw Busta Rhymes there. I was underage."
Wow, she said Busta Rhymes was there. She was underage. He was in that motherfucker with baby oil all on his body, talking about y'all. This is crazy.
Quote, "I saw Busta Rhymes there. I was underage." Excuse me, let me go back. I saw Busta Rhymes there. I saw Ja Rule there. I saw Diana Ross there with her son, Evan.
Wow, she said Diana Ross was even at the freak off. That's crazy. The Wizard of Oz freak off.
Underage. I saw Paris Hilton. I saw Reverend Al Sharpton. I still wonder why Reverend Al Sharpton was there. She revealed, never saying that these people were involved in any nefarious activities. Although she did not mention after Denzel Washington, U.S. Weekly said once attended with Diddy with his wife, and even chastised Combs for being disrespectful to his guest. English, whose attorneys recently dropped her case, was eager to highlight Trump's presence at these events. While the claims might be shocking to some, Trump's involvement with the hip-hop community is not entirely out of the blue.
Yes, Trump's involvement with the hip-hop community and big booty hoes is not nothing new during survival. He been hanging with the rappers. You know what I'm saying? Donald Trump, listen, when he take his suit off and he put on his ice, pure survival, and go down to the strip clubs, he be in that motherfucker making it rain stimulus checks. He be having strippers dancing on the pole for a stimulus check. Donald be like, I'm a bad motherfucker. He lift his toupee up, pure survival, just so he can look at the kitty cat. Real pure survival. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, guys, Donald Trump is pardoning Diddy, and I seen this coming a mile away. You know what I'm saying? And whoever don't want to believe it, I don't give a damn. Straight up. You know what I'm saying? I really don't. That's why that woman got fired. She got fired because she messed that pack up. You know what I mean? And maybe Donald might be sweeping this stuff under the rug. Like I said, from the Epstein files, from the Diddy Glover freak-off files. Matter of fact, put a 1 in the chat if y'all think that it's really still tapes with politicians and all that stuff like that and celebrities, and they just didn't want that stuff to come out. Put a 2 in the chat if y'all think the tapes never existed. That's what I'm going to find out from y'all. Do y'all think that this shit ever exists? Look, everybody got a 1 in the chat. So people still believe these tapes. That's why how did the whole Hollywood get set on fire? Pure survival. Y'all remember that? The whole Hollywood got set on fire. All the celebrities, mansions, shit like that. You know what I mean? Over these tapes. So I'm not going to front, Donald. I'm not going to accuse you of being on the freak off tapes, backing it up. Pure survival. You know what I mean? But your toupee, to me, I believe your toupee was there. You might have not been there, but your motherfucking toupee was at the freak off parties. Pure survival. Because we still believe that this is still going, that them tapes really, really happened. You know what I'm saying? Like ain't no way Justin Bieber was losing his mind the way he was. Pure survival. He started dating Jaden Smith. As soon as Diddy got locked up, Jaden Smith and Justin Bieber started making out in public. Pure survival. They didn't give a damn who saw them. That's supposed to be some Hollywood secret stuff. They said, we don't give a damn. The hell with Tyler, the Creator. Pure survival. You are my boyfriend now. You know what I'm saying? So it's hard for me not to believe that these things never happened. You know what I'm saying? And the way that Diddy and Justin Bieber's relationship was during survival, it was creepy. You know what I'm saying? So for them to make it like, okay, none of this ever happened, now I'm starting to think this whole thing was political during survival. We don't know what the hell, if this is things are distractions. Some people say this was a distraction. Whatever the case may be, I think that Donald, if the tapes really existed, Donald Trump and Donald Trump's toupee knew already that he was going to pardon Diddy Glover. Pure survival. You know what I mean? And it sounded like they knew that they was going to fire that woman, that they knew that they were going to can that girl.
Sure, we provided both sides
You know what I'm
of the
saying?
narrative. One side said this is what happened. Another side said,
Yeah.
well, this is a frivolous.
Yeah. So, man, we're going to see how this shit turn out. But Donald, man,
A lot of money if they're going to continue with that nonsense.
And this one's a little bit more of a page 6 question, but back when you hosted The Apprentice, you mentioned once in 2012 that Diddy was a good friend of yours back then. He has since found himself in some very serious legal trouble.
Yeah, that's true.
Would you ever consider pardoning him?
Well, nobody's asked. You had to be the one to ask, Peter, but nobody's asked. But I know people are thinking about it. I know they're thinking about it. I think some people have been very close to asking. First of all, I'd look at what's happening, and I haven't been watching it too closely, although it's certainly getting a lot of coverage. I haven't seen him. I haven't spoken to him in years. He used to really like me a lot, but I think when I ran for politics, he sort of, that relationship busted up from what I read. I don't know, he didn't tell me that, but I'd read some little bit nasty statements in the paper all of a sudden. You know, it's different. You become a much different person when you run for politics and you do what's right. I could do other things, and I'm sure he'd like me, and I'm sure other people would like me, but it wouldn't be as good for our country. As we said, our country's doing really well because of what we're doing. So I can't, it's not a popularity contest. So, I don't know, I would certainly look at the facts. If I think somebody was mistreated, whether they like me or don't like me, it wouldn't have any impact on me.
so for anybody who say, salute the purple flowers, just hit that super chat. Pure survival. Jamil, when are you going to be on TMZ? I'll be back on TMZ on the 21st. July 21st. Shout out to you. Thanks for the super chat. July 21st. I'll be back on TMZ, ladies and gentlemen. So make sure y'all keep y'all eyes open. July 21st, yes, I will be back on TMZ. And I hope that they ask me any questions about this. And do I believe Donald's going to trump Diddy? Excuse me, if I believe Donald Trump's going to pardon Diddy for real, officially. I hope that they ask me about this prosecutor getting fired, because I'm going to bring it up. You know what I'm saying? Like, if they don't ask me, I'm going to bring it up. But I think that they're going to ask me that question. What do I think about it? Pure survival. Thank you so much, Goddess News. I don't know if you knew I was on TMZ not too long ago. You know what I mean? Anthony said TMZ gang. Yes, TMZ 1,000 times. You know what I'm saying? Trump doesn't wear a toupee. Pure survival. Well, what the hell is it? If it ain't a toupee, what is that? They're just laying up that motherfucker. Pure survival. It looked like a dog tail. They just dropped on his head. Somebody put the dog tail on that motherfucker. Pure survival. Stacy said, congratulations. Thank you so much. That's like, you know what I'm talking about? And listen, guys, I'm over there on TikTok, super viral right now. I told Charlemagne the God off. I told the Breakfast Club off for ganging up on that streamer. His name Neon. Aiden Ross, some little rich kids streamers. I felt like they really ganged up on that boy so terribly. And I don't give a damn if he made racial comments or weird little comments when he was 2-3 years old. Pure survival. He's 20 years old now. You know what I'm saying? The boy said sorry like 1,000,000 times. And Charlemagne want us to be feeling sorry for him when he was underage or he was overage and allegedly had an underage affair, a rendezvous. Pure Bible. You wanted us to forgive you, sir. You know what I'm saying? So long as that little boy ain't talking racist right now or talking stupid now, I'm not gonna hold the boy accountable for some shit he said when he was 12 years old. Pure Bible. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, Donald Trump is stepping up, guys, and I'm not surprised about this one bit. And I know this woman is just so salty because, you know, when Diddy trial started, because when you the feds, you ain't supposed to lose. That's one thing about the feds. That's why they had a 98% conviction rate. So when you embarrass the country, when you embarrass the feds like this, had the whole country in the uproar, waiting for tapes with Diddy and minors, waiting for tapes with the celebrities, waiting for all of this stuff, and Diddy's whole trial ended up being 3 freaky ass, willing participant ex-girlfriends. Pure survival. Only horrible thing we seen out of all them tapes was the Cassie tape when we're in the hotel, which was horrible, which was just and we all felt that way about Diddy Glover. But for him to get life in prison for some shit that some of these women out here just had done to them last night by a motherfucker that ain't got no money and he ain't going to jail and you ain't telling on him. You know what I mean? A dude that you laying in bed with right next to you, Pure Bible, did worse to you than what Diddy did to these motherfuckers. You know what I'm talking about? Cassie was paying these people. Cassie was calling the sex workers, sneaking off to get peed on behind Diddy back. Pure Bible. And Diddy get the smell of her clothes. Why do you smell like the Punisher's pee-pee? Why do you smell like the Punisher's pee-pee? Pure Bible. Have you been having an affair with him? Cassie would have piss stains all on her clothes that she volunteered to do. You know what I'm saying? So now that all of that didn't come out, these people overdid it, and now she's walking out with that walk of shame. You ever get fired from somewhere and it feel like somebody just dumped a bucket of cold water on you? Pure survival. Like you at the Super Bowl and they just won the Super Bowl and they dropping all this water on you. You ever get fired and you just feel so salty? So salty. I think I've been fired before where I felt salty. Pure survival. But when you about to get fired from a job, you kind of know already. You know what I'm talking about? You know how you kind of feel it? Like everybody just staring at you and shit. No one, look, they about to get her. They about to get her. Because motherfuckers, when you get fired, people want to watch when they walking you out. Pure survival. It's just horrible. You know what I mean? And then they do it so kind. They'll fire you with a smile on their face. Pure survival. I'm sorry, Jamil. We got to let you go, man. You know you play too much at this motherfucker. We got to let you go, man. You got everybody laughing and joking all day long. Man, we got to get you out of here. Fire you with a damn smile on their face. Pure survival. When your rent is due in 2 days. They don't give a damn. So when they walked her ass out, look at her. Look at her. She got her backpack, her bags under her eyes, like she didn't get sleep all night, because she knew that they were about to fire her. Pillar Bible. Soon as Diddy Glover was found not guilty, her eyes just started bagging up. They just started bagging up. You know what I'm talking about? Her eyes, she got more bags in her eyes, like her eyes about to go get on a flight. Pillar Bible. Her eyes is packing to move into a new house. You know what I'm talking about? She knew it was coming because you feel when you're about to get fired. There's times when I knew I was about to get fired and I fuck around and fired myself first. Because other motherfuckers start whispering it to me. I'm talking about, Jamil, look, I think they talking about firing you in that motherfucker. Yes, they is in the office talking about firing you. You got 3 motherfuckers in there snitching on you, talking about you keep hanging in the bathroom. You know what I'm talking about? You taking 30-minute breaks and shit like that. I'm telling you. You know, that's why I stopped letting my managers, like bosses and shit, subscribe to my channel. Not my channel, excuse me. This is back in the day when I was on Facebook. And I would give them my Facebook thing and forget that I gave my managers my Facebook, Pure the Bible, and I'm in the bathroom pretending that I'm doodling, and I'm on Facebook knowing damn well I ain't doodling. I just pull my pants down, you know what I mean? So if they sneaking and looking at me under the thing, you get my pants is down, pure the Bible, but no poop coming out, and I'm on there, and I'm on Facebook making comments, and my boss one time got in my comments, pure the Bible, and laughed out loud. He put a laugh out loud in that motherfucker. I was like, oh shit, this motherfucker, no, I'm not working. And I'm on the clock, pure the Bible. You know what I'm saying? So I went and fired myself. I said, y'all ain't gonna walk me out. Cause that's one horrible thing. Cause they walk you out in front of everybody in the goddamn warehouse. Pure the Bible. Y'all not walking me out. I'm already gonna get my shit and start walking by my motherfucking self. I'm saying, like, I left at lunchtime because I knew that they were gonna fire me. So I fired myself. I left right at lunch. I said, damn that, y'all ain't gonna do me like this in front of everybody. You know what I mean? So I got to look cooler. You know what I mean? The motherfuckers was giving me high fives and shit when they saw me. People that saw me on the street, yo, man, you walked out on the motherfuckers. And I'm like, nigga, I knew they was gonna fire me first. So I had to go out like a G. And they'll be telling you, the other slaves, because people be slaves to jobs. You know what I'm saying? And it's only to make other people rich. You know, and it's fucked up, and they treat you like shit. You know what I mean? So when I would see people and they be like, yeah, man, I mean, that was the shit the way you walked out. I'm about to leave too. I'm telling you, I ain't gonna keep letting these motherfuckers talk to me like that. I would inspire motherfuckers to quit just like how I did. Pure up out. You know what I'm talking about? And I'm only saying do that if you're getting treated unfairly. You know what I'm saying? If you're getting overworked and treated unfairly. Don't walk out if it's a good situation. Pure up out. You know what I'm saying? But if you know damn well, listen, I am here temporarily. That's why I came through a temp agency, pure Bible. So I ain't scared like the full-time workers. Y'all are hired to this company, pure Bible. So y'all gotta work like slaves. I'm just here for the paycheck, pure Bible. So don't tell me I need to get on my job because they about to fire me. Dude, I don't give a shit. You know what I'm talking about? I work with plenty of people who didn't care. Like, I dared them to say something to me. You know what I'm saying? And look at her. She is sick and Minaj right now.
Alert, this has been a bad few week stretch for Jim Comey's daughter. She was just fired by the DOJ. She's known for a couple things. She just lost the Diddy case, of course, and she was Jeffrey Epstein's prosecutor. So the daughter of the former FBI director, James Comey, she's a veteran federal prosecutor, worked on these cases. Maurene Comey is fired. So this is sending tongues a-wagging as the internet personalities and others, and this show has...
And I don't give a damn they fired her. I wish I would. People be like, oh, why would you say that, Jamil? That's so sorry. That girl still got money. That's another thing. Y'all don't look at it like I know people who got fired and they were really dependent on that 4-day paycheck, pure Bible, and they ain't had no money. That female still got money. Her dad is still in the head of what you call. So this is not like this is a poor person or somebody who really needed the money and without that money could lose everything that they had. You know what I mean? So I think she's still gonna be fine, but people gonna be laughing at her. Every other job she go to, they gonna be like, ain't you the girl that lost the Diddy trial? You know what I'm saying? They gonna be treating her like shit. Yeah, you messed up the Epstein case, didn't you? We heard about you. You know what I'm saying? She gonna be quiet at all her other jobs. She ain't gonna be acting like, like how she was moving around like there. Motherfuckers be like, listen, you are a loser. Pills of Bible. I hope you ain't in here moving around like you know some type of winner. Motherfucker, we just got you because we just needed to fill this spot. Pills of Bible. We trying to make a comeback for you. You know what I'm saying? But like I said, guys, get on my TikTok too. My TikTok, Jamil Peterson, Mr. I Am Comedy. Like I said, I'm viral over there. I got a video over there that's like 500,000 views within 24 hours. Cussing Charlemagne and them ass out. Pure survival. You know what I'm saying? But like I said, salute to everybody. Like and subscribe. Don't be surprised when Donald Trump makes the announcement and everybody hears it come out and people say, Jamil, you was right. I told you motherfuckers I was right. This was a whole setup. Like I said, if them tapes exist, We will never get to hear, we won't never see them tapes. Them tapes was buried, ladies and gentlemen. They were buried. You know, and then they were saying something about Epstein. We don't even believe that that was a suicide thing. Whatever the case was with him or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like, why is everything so mysterious about these people in high places and this power and this money? And then they made her do the walk of shame. She was in position, you know what I'm saying, getting big money and messed up all of this money. They've been wanting her gone, made her do a walk of shame. You know what I'm saying? Because like I said, I've been fired before, but I ain't never been fired on the news. Pure Bible. They fired her and the whole world knows she lost her job. Pure Bible. This is that's why you know what they call that shit where they demasculate you or something like that. They defame you. So suspicious. Look, my baby just said so suspicious. Pure Bible. Very so suspicious. I like how you spell that out, sweetheart. Pure Bible. So suspicious. You know what I'm talking about? I be saying so suspicious, but I don't know how to spell it. You just spelled it for me. Pure Bible. You know what I'm talking about? But like I said, she got fired for the world to see. This is totally different. You know what I mean? I'm sure we all been fired or we all walked out of a job. We all felt terrible, you know what I mean, in that kind of situation, you know what I mean, losing a job. But you always get another one, you know what I'm saying? You just never give up as far as anything you do. But she got fired in front of the whole United States, and Donald Trump takes full credit. Pure survival.